All right, for today's lesson, we're going to learn how to write equations for tables. So just like last week, our equations are going to be in the form of y equals mx plus b. So y is y and x is x. M and b are going to be numbers. So to find our m, so it's not going to be rise over run. It's going to be the change in y over the change in x. So it's for change, we put a triangle. But what does change mean? It is looking at the pattern of our y's and what is the pattern of our x's. So if we look at our x's, we are adding 1 all the way. And then for our y's, we are adding 2. So to write that as a slope, we take our y change, which was 2, and then our x change, which is 1. So we have our y equals, so 2 over 1 is 2x. So the last thing we're going to do is going to be our b. And so what's nice about these tables is that if it ends in 0, this is going to be the y-intercept. So this ends in 1, so it's going to be plus 1. This is going to be your b. So when x is 0, your y will be the b. Okay, so this next one, again, we find our change. So our x's, we're adding 1. Okay, with negative, skip it and go to the positive one. So we can go from 0 to 2, which is adding 2. So that means these other ones will be the same. So we're going to take our change of y on top over our change in x, which is 1. So 2 over 1 is 2x. And then again, when your x is 0, your b is your y. So this is going to be minus 4. All right, the next one. So this time our x's are counting by 2's. And then again, negatives and positives, skip it and go to the positive. So 4 to 10 is adding 6. So we are adding 6 all the way. So we have 6 over 2, which will be 3. So we're going to have y equals 3x. And then again, since x is 0, our b will be the y, which is minus 2. Okay. This one, our x's are counting by 2, and our y's are counting by 1s. So this time we're going to have our y over x, so 1 over 2, which is a half. So that's going to stay a fraction of 1/2. And then same thing, when your x is 0, the y will be your b. And the reason why these were whole numbers is because the bit number on top was bigger, and so it stayed 6 divided by 2 is 3. And so this is a fraction. Number on the bottom is bigger, so it stays a fraction. All right, so the next one, so we're counting by 3's for our x's, and then our y's are counting by 6's. So we're going to take our y, change in y over our change in x. So 6 over 3 is 2. So we have y equals 2x. And then when x is 0, the y is our b. All right, so last one for this side. So this time we're counting by 10's. And then our bottoms are counting by 5's. So we have 5 over 10. So this has to be simplified. It's going to be 1/2. We divide it by 5. So we have y equals 1/2 x. And then again, when our x is 0, our 5 is going to be our y will be our b. Okay, and again, please make sure you put your x, because if you don't, it will be counted wrong. Okay, so these were vertical tables, so now we're going to flip the table to be horizontal. Okay, so same thing, just turned a little different. So our x's, we are counting by 4's, and then our y's are counting by 12's. So we're going to take 12 over 4, which is 3. So again, y over x. So y equals 3x. And then when x is 0, the y will go at the end. Okay, so our next one, we're counting by ones. And then our x's are ones, our y's are counting by 5. So we're going to have 5 over 1, this is y over our x, which is equal to 5. So we have 5x. And then we have x is 0, so our y is negative 2. Okay, this one we are counting by 2's. And then this one's counting by 8's. So we take our y, which was 8, our x, which is 2. 8 over 2 is 4. So we get 4x, and then when x is 0, our y goes at the end, so plus 2. Okay, so our x's are counting by 3's, y's are counting by 3. So this one's going to be a little bit different. So 3 over 3 is equal to 1. Well, how do we represent that? We just represent it just by x. We don't put a 1 in front. We just leave it as x. And then when it is 0, x is 0, y goes at the end. Okay. Our next one, we're counting by 4's on our x's, 2 on our y's. So 2 over 4. We do have to do some simplifying because it will say a fraction. So we're going to divide by 2, which is 1/2. So y equals 1/2 x. And then our y is 4 when x is 0. So we get 1/2 x plus 4. And then our last one, so we're counting by ones and then counting by 8's. So it's going to be 8 over 1, which is equal to 8. So we're going to have y equals 8x. And then when x is 0, y is negative 3. Okay, so we have another page left to do, and this one is completely different than this video. It's going to require a little bit more work, so let's look at our next page.